Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Just past 1 a.m. on Wednesday, sheriff's deputies were alerted to a car fire in the 61,000 block of Onaga Trail in Joshua Tree. The owner of the car called sheriff's dispatch after his black Porsche Cayenne reportedly stopped running, then caught fire. The man said no one was inside the vehicle, and by 1:14 a.m., the car was described to dispatch as fully engulfed. When a sheriff's deputy arrived, they reported a fire under the front passenger tire of the car, which continued to spread to the hood. San Bernardino County Fire arrived and contained the blaze to just the vehicle. According to the sheriff's logs, the man said he was trying to park the car in front of his short-term vacation rental he was staying in when the car went off the pathway into the bushes and subsequently became stuck. The man reportedly continued to hold his foot on the accelerator for approximately 4 to 5 minutes, causing sparks to catch the car or the ground around it on fire. No arrests were reported in the incident. If you get stuck anywhere in the desert, spinning tires can cause friction to heat up the area where the tire is stuck, potentially starting a fire under your car, or even worse, in the desert where hot and dry conditions can spark a fast-moving wildfire. CAL FIRE says that individuals who are determined to be responsible for wildfire may be held accountable for the costs to fight it, something important to keep in mind as we head into a potentially explosive wildfire season. June 27th is National HIV Testing Day, which encourages everyone to level up their self-love and check their HIV status. Testing is free and easy here in the high desert, and today the Morongo Basin Healthcare District is making the tests and their knowledge even easier to access. Reporter Adeline J. Wells picks it up from here.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2022, an estimated 1.2 million people in the United States had HIV, but 13% of those weren't aware of their status. That's over 150,000 unaware people that could potentially spread the virus to others. Ending the HIV epidemic in the United States means more people need to be aware of their status, as well as the treatment and prevention options for HIV. People with a positive HIV result can start antiretroviral therapy, or ART, to stay healthy and live with the virus, and there are preventative measures for those at a higher risk for exposures as well. HIV can affect anyone regardless of sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, gender, age, or where they live. The CDC encourages everyone aged 13 to 64 to get tested at least once. The Morongo Basin Healthcare District will be at Walgreens in Yucca Valley today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. handing out home HIV tests and answering any questions. If you can't make it to Walgreens today to pick up a test, they are always available at the Morongo Basin Healthcare District. You can get more info at mbhdistrict.org or swing by Walgreens today until 2 p.m. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
We have an update on the mobile home fire that claimed the lives of 229 Palm residents on Monday, June 17th. Pauline Chung Lively and her husband Stephen Lively were longtime residents of the Morongo Basin. Stephen Lively died during the fire that engulfed their home in the 6700 block of Adobe Road. Pauline Chung Lively was airlifted to Arrowhead Burn Unit with burns on her arms and nose and in critical condition. Her son Michael Sanchez says that she succumbed to a heart attack from her injuries on Friday, June 21st. Michael says that the Red Cross has been helping with emergency funds and assistance. However, a GoFundMe has been created to help cover the cost of transporting Pauline back to her home here in the Morongo Basin and help pay for the basic funeral plot and burials for both Stephen and Pauline. Michael says his mom was a world traveler before settling here in the high desert, and she even met the Queen of England as a child in Kingston, Jamaica. She grew up with 4 brothers and 4 sisters and lived and worked here in the Morongo Basin as a caretaker. If you'd like to help the family with basic transportation and burial costs for Pauline and Stephen Lively, we have a link to the GoFundMe at this story on our website, z107.7fm.com. Did you know that if you recently received a traffic citation, you can request a reduction of the fine online? The California court system has a website where you can request a reduction for your ticket in cases of financial need. In addition to a reduction, you can request a payment plan, community service, or just more time to pay your ticket. If you're seeking a correction or dismissal, this isn't the website to use. You also can't sign up for traffic school through the website. But if you have a fine hanging over your head that you just want to clear up, this might be the first step in doing that. You can visit the website at mycitations.courts.ca.gov. We'll also have a link at this story at our website, z107.7fm.com. Hot weather, invasive weeds, and careless humans can turn a small spark into a devastating wildfire in a matter of minutes. With wildfires already hitting areas outside of Palm Springs, Hesperia, and Los Angeles, preventing a wildfire is top of mind for Joshua Tree National Park Superintendent Jane Rogers, who talked about the park's fire restrictions that are currently in place. Hillary Sloan joins us with more.
Gary Daigneault spoke with the Joshua Tree National Park Superintendent, Jane Rogers, about the current fire restrictions in effect from June 15th to October 1st. The regulations prohibit wood and charcoal fires at all elevations and locations, including wood-burning stoves. This restriction also applies to employee housing and private property throughout the park. Gas, propane, alcohol, with and without a shutoff valve, and tablet cube stoves are permitted. Superintendent Rogers highlighted the extreme danger of fires in the desert, referencing major incidents like the York and Dome fires. She emphasized the importance of minimizing ignition sources as the underbrush has grown rapidly due to the last winter's record rains. Daigneault inquired about the park's preparation for the increasing heat and dry conditions.
Ensuring that our road edges are cleared of vegetation. We do get fires that start from a vehicle that's parked on the edge of the road with like a hot tailpipe that can cause fuels to catch on fire. I know we recently had a fire in the Morongo Grade. Other car-started fires are not uncommon in the desert or really throughout California.
Rogers also mentioned the ongoing collaborations with the California Desert Interagency Fire Program and monthly meetings with San Bernardino County to enhance emergency preparedness. For more information and to listen to the full interview, visit the Up Close Show at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Grab all the Koopa kids and gas up the go-kart because tonight's Super Summer Flick is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Starting at 8 o'clock at the 29 Palms Community Center, this animated blockbuster from last year jumps onto the screen with the familiar tale of two Italian plumbers just looking to punch coins out of a brick and hang out with the princess. But when King Koopa crashes the Mario Party, all heck breaks loose and it's up to the two brothers to jump on some Goombas and run toward the right side of the screen, while they'll eventually need to jump as high as they can onto a flagpole before the timer runs out. Moviegoers are encouraged to bring their own chairs, blankets, or chain chomp to sit on, and you can save your money to buy batteries for your Game Boy because tonight's movie is free. The community center is located at 6547 Freedom Way in 29 Palms. San Bernardino County is the largest in the United States, bigger than some countries. It encompasses deserts, mountains, dirt roads, and interstates, huge tracts of undeveloped land, and sophisticated big cities. This complex region is governed by the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors. The chairman of the board, Don Rao, will be the guest on the Z107.7 Up Close show this Friday. She will join host Gary Daigneault to talk about the rich history of the county, ongoing upgrades, law enforcement, fire service, future plans, and more. That's 3rd District County Supervisor Don Rao on the Z107.7 Up Close show this Friday at 10 a.m. Listen in live or catch it as a podcast on Z107.7. Don't forget that tomorrow morning is the town of Yucca Valley's Recreation Department H2O Mini Water Park, cooling off kiddos with slip and slides, splash-in wading pools, water playlands, and the classic run-through sprinklers. It takes place every Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon. It's for kids aged 8 and under, and it's free. All kids must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. The H2O program is sponsored by the Town of Yucca Valley Community Services Department. For more programs and activities, you can visit the town's summer activities guide at www.yucca-valley.org. And that's your news for Thursday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 news team, I'm Robert Hayden.